have found the Genesis frequency. This is Dr. Stephen J. Kazmina welcoming you in to another episode of a show that focuses on your whole life prosperity and success. Whole life prosperity and success by cooperating with the universal laws that are available to each and every one of us. This is Quantum Leap Goal Achievement, radical personal transformation, whole life prosperity and success. Now, stay tuned for another exciting episode that'll move the needle in your life from where you are now to where you want to be. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you are in the world when you hit that play button. So glad you did. I so appreciate each and every listener, whether it's your first time or you've been coming here for years. I appreciate you. This is Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kazmina, coming at you with the Genesis Frequency, a show that's all about personal, professional, and leadership development. Really, when we get down to the nuts and bolts, it's all about cause and effect, right? What is the cause for what's showing up in our experience? And I want to talk about a couple things that today in this episode. We wrapped up a little mini series over the last 3 episodes talking about the power of our words. So good stuff. I think you should really listen to that. Great feedback on that. Here, as I record this, we're approaching the end of another year. Here in the United States, we have a late Thanksgiving holiday coming up. And actually, when this podcast is released, it is Thanksgiving Day. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you listening in on Thanksgiving. But you know what? It doesn't, I say that and then I think about it, and it doesn't really matter if it's the day that is set aside by someone, some entity, I don't know who, that this is a day of Thanksgiving. Now, it's great. Don't get me wrong. I believe in it. But I believe we should really be in a thankful gratitude consciousness day in and day out. That's how we should start our day every day. And I encourage everyone to practice past gratitude, present moment gratitude, and future gratitude. Just be grateful for everything that is in your field of experience, even for some of the things that don't really look good right now. And believe me, I've experienced plenty of those that gave birth to greater good. So we don't just know in the moment, what's coming. We can't connect all the dots looking forward, but we can know that when we stay in an always on awareness of where we're going, of this power that is greater than all of us, this higher power, that our good will come out of any situation. And I know that you may be going through something right now, and that might be difficult to comprehend or understand. And I'm not going to get that deep today in this episode. I just want to suggest that you practice gratitude on a regular basis. People that I work with continuously have been given gratitude journals, and we did that the middle of October. What we did is we like to do a 40-day countdown, take 40 days back, prior to Thanksgiving Day here in the US, and practice gratitude for 40 days. Just makes the holiday seem so much more glorious and meaningful when we're in that state of being what Thanksgiving is. And if you think about it from a manifestation standpoint or demonstration standpoint or goal achievement standpoint, how can you possibly want more if you're not grateful for what you already have? So get out a notebook, start right now, wherever you are. It doesn't matter if you did it 40 days ago or not. Just take out a notebook and every day just write down 10 things. This will take you less than 60 seconds. Write it down with a pen or a pencil. on a sheet of paper. Something happens, something works in you in a different way when you do that, when you write it down rather than just calling to mind, when you can engage more of the senses. It has a greater impact on your subconscious mind. And that's why I suggest to include past, present, and future gratitude. You're sending your message, you're sending a message to your subconscious mind that this is my reality. I'm so grateful for the life I have lived. I'm so grateful for the family that I grew up with. And I'm just talking from me. May or may not be true for you, but I'm going through an example of past gratitude, present gratitude. I'm so happy I am consistently achieving my goals right here, right now. I'm so happy that I am living the life, and then fill it in with a dream. How does that look using the power of your imagination and practice present tense gratitude? And this goes for you as an individual in your personal life, as an entrepreneur in your small business, in your corporate environment, as a member of your team, your corporate team, whether it's managerial, executive, C-suite team, consumer facing individual, maintenance, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. We all have something to be grateful for. And especially in companies, if you can establish that attitude of gratitude as an element of your culture, you will have accomplished so much. You will really set course for the direction that you want to take the company. Everything else will fall into place if you can really instill that attitude of gratitude within every team member. So keep that in mind. Start right now. Thanksgiving, practice gratitude, do it every day. It's just a very, very, very powerful tool that we can all use. So if it's you in the United States, happy Thanksgiving, but wherever you are in the world, happy Gratitude Day. Be thankful. I sure am. With that in mind, and being the last weekend here in November, moving, to the home stretch, the finish line here, have you thought about, and hopefully you did, hopefully this is a done deal. Have you thought on to the year ahead and what you want to accomplish? Now, if you haven't done so, that's why I like to do this podcast before the end of the year, because then I get a flurry of activity and emails and appointments and people scheduling and saying, oh my God, another year's gone by in the same place I was last year at this time. Don't let that be you. You don't have to do that. We can do things in a certain way that will assure you that you can accomplish all you wish to be, do, and have in the upcoming year ahead. It's time to thrive in 2025. So think about what everything should look like in your life. And when I mean should look like, I mean, what are those things that you would like to move into your field of experience that would satisfy any longing and discontent you are currently feeling? And when most people do this work, and I've got plenty of podcasts, just go to my website, thegenesisfrequency.com, and type in the search bar goals achievement, goal setting, any of that. I got plenty of them. Listen to all of them, because whenever I approach this subject, it comes out different every time. But you want to take a look at what you want to experience. You've got to get yourself to the point where you said, enough's enough. I want to live out loud. I want to live big. I not only want to dream big, I see plenty of posts and messages out there. Dream big. Yeah, the dreaming part is easy for a lot of people. We can do the dream, but then we're looking at it like we're looking at a movie on a screen and wishing that we could play that lead character in that movie we've created. So we have to move into it energetically, and that's another show. Done plenty of those too, moving into it. You can find those as well. When we talk about setting ourselves up for what we want to experience, consider what these goals look like. First of all, you want to look at every area of your life. You want to look at your life personally. What do you want for you? You want to look at relationships, your intimate relationships, your close relationships, your friendships, your acquaintances, your family relationships, all those. What are the goals around the relationships that you have or don't have? You want to look at your finances. What are your financial goals? What are your professional goals? What are your vocational goals? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to be, do, and have? What do you want to be, do, and have spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically? Health and physical fitness is a big one. So you want to look at every area of your life. And often what I suggest people to do before you do this examination and look at these different areas, I really suggest you do an inventory of your belief system, because we're going to move into some big dream goals, right? If you do this right, you, you're creating the life you would love to live first using the invisible world in the field of pure potentiality, this thing called your imagination. And often when I work with people, and all of us, when I do this work with myself, what comes up is beliefs that are not necessarily true. So most of us have a belief structure that is based on what I call error thought. We have mistakenly, at some point in our life, bought into something that is absolutely not true for us. So when people approach setting goals or dream achievement, that kind of thing, they usually approach it from the standpoint of what's possible for them. Oh, I would love to do this, but there's no, then the false beliefs start moving in. But I don't know how. I'm too old. Oh, I could never do that. No, I don't. I didn't learn, and the excuses start rolling in. And what are the excuses based on? They're based on beliefs that have no foundation in truth. So you have to do an examination of these beliefs so that you can, and I don't like to even use the term think out of the box. You have to think like there is no box. You have to think from the infinite. Okay, because within you, within this higher self, all within you, you have access to infinite intelligence, unlimited wisdom, all knowledge and knowing. It's all within you. When you retreat, when you go behind a closed door and shut out the outside world, just sit in the silence, you realize you have access to all of this. So examine your beliefs and examine those which may be limiting you and may be limiting what you believe is possible for you to create in your life, because it is possible. If you don't believe it's possible for you, I'll tell you what, you can borrow my belief, because I believe it's possible for you. You can borrow my belief in you temporarily until you get yourself over that hump and you believe in you. How do you do that? Well, reach out to me, number one. Successappointment.com, all one word, successappointment.com gets you on my calendar. Let's have a conversation where we'll examine what it is you want. We'll examine why you've only gotten up to a certain point and then things maybe fell apart or you didn't get any further. And number three, we'll get you on a plan of accomplishment to see the fulfillment of all your hopes, wishes, dreams, desires, goals, aspirations, all of it. And this is for you, whether you're a small business, whether you're just an individual working on something in your life, or you want to take your corporate team to the next level. Reach out, let's structure something in a conversation that is a solid plan to move you forward. So successappointment.com, Stephen, Stephen, at successocean.com. Those are a couple of ways you can reach out and we can have a conversation. So let's go back to looking at the year ahead and what you want to do. If you would not limit yourself to a how, that's what most people do. How? But how? I don't know how. I wouldn't know how to do that. I don't know how to do well. How? Get this straight right off the bat. How is none of your business. Okay? How is absolutely none of your business right now. Your business is to see the bigger picture, to dream the big dream, and decide, hey, what does this look like? What do I want? And when I work with people, I talk about A, B, and C type goals. An A type goal would be something that you've done before, you know how to do it, and you're making a choice right now that that's going to be a goal. You're just going to do it again. Like somebody might say for a personal goal, okay, I'm going to get a new car next year. You get a new car. And I'll say, well, did you ever get a new car before? Yeah, I did about 5 years ago. It was brand new. I loved it. Felt great. Well, you already did that. You know how to do that. There's no growth there. It's not going to stretch you. There's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead, get a new car. But that's not the type of goal that we're working on here. We're going to go to what's the next level? Well, the next level, and I don't recommend this either, is what we call a B type goal. Now, a B type goal is something that you've never done before, but you're pretty sure you can do it. And a lot of people fall into this trap. I've never done it before, and I really think I can do it. I know how to do it, and I got a plan. I got the ingredients. Here's the ingredients in front of me. Here's some instructions. I can put the ingredients together. I can bake a pretty good cake. If I follow the instructions, I believe I can do that. So there's maybe a little growth there, but it's not really stretching you. You're just kind of really letting yourself off the hook. Now, we want to expand even further than that. We want to go to the C-type goal. And the C-type goal is you have no idea how this could possibly come through in your life. But you know that once this dream moves into your field of experience, it's going to tick all the boxes, everything, personally and professionally, in every area of your life. I mean, it's outrageous. It's the kind of goal, the kind of dream that excites you and scares you at the same time. That you think about it and the hair on your arms just stands up. You get goosebumps all over the place. Now, what I usually tell people to do is just make a list of everything you want in your life, everything you want to experience, everything you want to be, do, and have. Just make a list of it all. Pretend there's nothing at all that could ever get in your way. And then go through every nook and cranny of your life and start listing what would you love it to look like? What is the life you would love to live? And don't let yourself get trapped by any belief system that is non-supportive of this. Just look past that for right now. We can work on the beliefs later. But think about it. And then make this list complete. Make a big, long, huge list, every area of your life. And then just push back from it, set it aside, and then come back to it the next day. Because, see, your subconscious mind got into the rhythm of building a list. You sent a subconscious mind message saying, hey, we're making a list. We're making a list. We're checking it twice. We're going to make sure nothing's naughty and everything's nice. I don't know where that came from. But anyway, that's what you're doing. You're making the list. So in between, you stepped away from it for a day. Maybe you do this in the morning. You come back to the next morning. Your subconscious mind was still working on that. You maybe had some ideas that weren't there when you started on your list. So go to it again. What else came up? Add it to the list. Look the list over. Push back again. Come back to it the next morning. Then read everything over. Just noticing. I want you to notice where you shift energetically. Hopefully you got a big long list, dozens and dozens of things, everything. You're only going to work on one, maybe one personal and one professional, when we come to the big dream goal category. So just look over your list for now and notice energetically, where do you get the most excited? When you come to that line that you wrote down, what gets you the most excited? What gets you to that point that it's a little bit scary, you're excited, your heart rate goes up a little bit? What is it? And then notice that thing and underline it or highlight it. And can you go through the list? And everything that gives rise to that energy in you, yeah, that's it. You know what? I've wanted that all my life. Push back again. Your subconscious is still working on that. Start thinking like, wow, this is a real possibility. I listened to this podcast, Dr. Cause and the Genesis frequency. I get it. We're coming at your dreams and your goals energetically. We're going to start working with them right here and right now in a certain way. This whole process is a certain way of thinking, of being, of doing, so you can have the life that you would love to have. There is a certain way, and we're starting right here, right now, examining your beliefs and building this list. What is it that I would love to experience? We're going to stop right there for today. We'll continue talking about this. I want to take out the end of the year this way so you can do the framework. This is the foundational work. You want to get this right in the beginning. And just about every program I do with an individual, whether it's leadership development, results, goals, whatever kind of program it is for small business, for just individual people working on something in their life, we always start with the beliefs and thinking out of the box. What is it that you want? So this is a good place for you to start. You got this for free. Tremendous value in this podcast. Know that, realize it. Listen to it again. Start this work now. Your future self is watching you now through memories, and your future self will be looking back and be thrilled that you took the time to do this work now and made a commitment to learning the certain way so that you can move forward from where you are now into the life you would love to live. That's it for today. Don't hesitate to reach out, successappointment.com, Stephen@successocean.com. Let's have a conversation. I'm also looking for individuals that are looking to make personal, professional, and leadership development a way of life. So reach out to me, I should say, for that as well if you're looking to make a change in your life moving forward with your career. That's it for now. You've been listening to the Genesis Frequency Podcast, and this is Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmina, wishing you an infinitely spectacular day. God bless you.